everybody. I'm Chef Mike. I'm over here at the Change Plate in Belvidere, Ohio. Today we're going to be making some bean burgers. So before we dive into this, one of the predominant things you need to keep in mind with creating a bean burger is that the end result is not going to be completely comparable to that of a traditional animal-based burger, and this is totally okay. Your end product is going to be a little bit more dense, it's going to be a little bit stickier, so bear that in mind as you approach into these things. I prefer to wear gloves when approaching this, just for the sake of not having to wipe my hands off 100 times during the process. So, what I have to my left, we have our kidney beans. We've already pre-mashed these. Typically you're going to want to do this with a fork, or you can do it barehanded. But the goal is to keep some sort of the texture to it. That will pay off in the finished product, so it's not just this smooth patty. Next we have our thickening agents here. For today we're going to be using brown rice and some dried oats. The perk of these is as they cook and they break down, they are going to expand a little bit and give you more of a dense and enjoyable finished product. Finally, we have our seasonings and we have some tomato product. So without any further ado, we'll go on to the mixing process. So again, the first step is to kind of pre-mash your beans. I suggest doing this with a fork or a potato masher, or if you want to use your hands, that also works. But really, you just want to get those kind of broken down a little bit. Again, not completely smooth, but enough to where they're going to start breaking down so they can expand with the product. Next, we're going to add our tomato and our tomato juice. It's going to kind of help loosen things back out a little bit. We'll get our seasonings in there. All right, we'll mix this around a little bit. Once you've got that done up, we're going to start adding in our thickening products. So again, first we have the brown rice. And because I failed to mention this earlier, this brown rice is cooked ahead of time and cooled down. You really don't want to add a raw product into this, and you don't want to add something that's still hot and will cause it to break down. So make sure your rice is pre-cooked and cooled before beginning this procedure. Next, we're going to add our oats to it. Once again, just adding into more of a thickening. Additionally, the oats, as they connect with the pan, are going to sear. They're going to give it a crispier exterior, so it kind of serves a twofold purpose there. So, we got this all mixed around. Now comes the easy part of kind of forming your patty. So, for my money, I've always begun by forming them into a ball that will kind of give you an idea for what the weight is going to be towards the end. From there, kind of working in tangent with each other. Slowly work your hands around, start creating a cylinder out of it. Once you get some nice height to it, press it down, and that's going to give you a decent sized patty, which you can smooth off the edges, and you have your finished product. Now, in the interest of saving ourselves a little bit of time, I've gone ahead and pre-cooked two to my left here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these and demonstrate some potential platings here. First step, pull it off your griddle or your grill, whatever you choose to do this on. Today we have Ezekiel bread. We're going to keep it with a single slice. You'll find as you eat this product, you really don't need that extra bread on top. This is going to be plenty for you. From there, once again, endlessly customizable. You can put whatever you want on this. For today we have some leaf lettuce, we have some Roma tomatoes, and some red onions. Now, one last step before we finish our day out here. We're going to go ahead and whip up our salt-free ketchup. So we're going to start with a little bit of tomato paste, get that down into a mixing bowl. You will want to eventually put this into a blender, but for today we're just going to mix it by hand. We're going to add our seasonings into this. We're going to add just a touch of lemon juice. And then lastly we're going to add some apples. This is going to add some sweetness. Now today's is going to be a little bit chunkier, but if you're doing this at home and you're using a blender, your finished product will be nice and smooth. Mix this around a little bit until it kind of forms together and starts to get that ketchup consistency that we're familiar with. Now, if you like, you can serve this on the side, kind of as a dipping component. Today I'm serving this up with some roasted potatoes, kind of in place of French fries. So scoop this, and just sort of set her on up to the side here. And that is our bean burger with roasted potatoes. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you next time.